Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dharma practitioners, for you, the best friend that you carry in this sansaric journey is your consciousness or your awareness or your mind. Even though you have husband, wife, children, parents, brothers, sisters, friends, and families, always remember your mind is the most important place. If you strengthen your mind with necessary qualities, it always going to go with you. It's going to become greatest investment for your sansara. So then, even though you spend time to others, remember it is important you spend some time for you also. Why? Because if you keep the clarity, and you will see how beautiful this life and how valuable this life. This is what happening when your mind is not clear. The visibility of the mind going to become very poor. And when the visibility become poor, the ability is going to become minor. Then you always developing very dependable life. Always you need the help. So then you become a kind of like a debtor. So that is not good for a human being. If it is an animal, it is okay because that is their way. But as a human being, you have so much power, and that all depend on your mind. What we experience, this everything is our mind. So when you keep your mind clear, sometimes there are very beautiful thought arise. It not happen all the time. Suddenly, it like thunder. Suddenly there are thoughts arise. If that thoughts, if you can catch, it can lead you to wisdom. It develop your awareness, it develop your mental abilities. When the mind is not clear, what will happen, even though that thoughts arise, that you don't see it. That's why sometimes people keep the journal and keep writing every day, keep writing. They're not going to publish that all. But after a while, they collect and they recognize there are certain ideas came to them. And that ideas never going to happen to them again. And even they have no idea how that came to them. So it happened to you also. So whatever the direction that you go with your life, always remember, it's in your hand. You are the pilot of your flight. So whatever the destination, it depends on you. It's not like it doesn't matter how luxurious the ship that you have. Maybe you have very beautiful cruise, ship with all the facilities. If the captain is crazy and doesn't know where to go and how to handle the ship, what will happen? The same like the captain is your mind, your consciousness. So then you have to remember, if the captain is wiser, if the captain is stronger and know where to go and how to handle the situations, and you can have a very good journey, voyage. But at the same time, you have all the facilities with you. But if you don't know what to do, how to use it, what's the point? So then always remember, your mind is the forerunner, mind is the chief, mind is the creator. And little by little develop art to look the mind, go into the mind and see the mind, behave, recognize the behavior of the mind. And once you recognize that, then you can get anything out of that. Not about this conventional, because the conventional facilities, happiness is very limited, even though we need it. It is very necessary for us. But when it comes to the mind, you have to have a higher purpose beyond these conventional things. And that is why we always remind to keep your higher purpose, keep as your higher purpose, liberation or the Nibbana or salvation, or your enlightenment. That's worth for you. Even at least if you remind it, keep repeating it and using 1 minute per day, little by little, with this all the up and downs in your life, one day you're going to reach to that place. And sometimes, suddenly, maybe there are opportunities come to you. It's like a rainbow appears. It's like a thunder. It's like sometimes you see that there are stars come, we can see it visible after 100 years, maybe after 800 years, 1,000 years. Once a while you can see it. So like that, there are certain moments come in your life. But the important thing is, when it appears, you have to catch it. Otherwise, it will pass. It will go away. So like that, in day-to-day life, mostly what we do, knowingly or unknowingly, we catch a lot of unnecessary thoughts related to greed, hatred, delusion, anger, jealousy, so fear, so like that. We hold it to that. Little by little, we collecting. We harboring our mind related to that kind of thoughts. So when you become mindful in the beginning, so what you do as a foundation, little by little, you start to catch loving kindness, generosity, compassion, empathy. So that kind of thoughts you start to facilitate with your mind. And that way, little by little, it start to change your journey. So if you able to maintain like that way, one thought can change your whole journey of this samsara. So for that, I'm going to tell you a story related to the Buddha's time. There was a woman called Baddrakapilani. So the Baddrakapilani is the wife of Pippali. The Pippali is the young boy. He became a monk later and called Mahakashyapa. Venerable Mahakashyapa. He attained to the enlightenment and he was the third, the highest senior monk in the Buddha's time. Venerable Mahakashyapa. And when he was a lay person, as a young boy, and he had very the wealthy family, and he's the only son in that family. So, and he didn't have any interest to marry. But parents always come and tell, son, it is better you get married. Find a wife. So this Pippali told, I don't want to get married. But the mother start to come and tell, we have so much wealth. Who's going to take care of this? So it is better you get married. So then what this boy did, he made a golden statue, a woman, and gave it to mother and told, if you find somebody like this, I'm going to marry. And then the mother thought, oh, it is going to be easy. Then she called his people and told, take this statue and go to the the village and everywhere in the country and find like this woman. If you find somebody, bring her. And so these people put it in a cart and start to take it everywhere in the country, place to place, like a caravan. They go carrying this statue, looking for a woman. And then they went to far away or countryside village place. And there were some people, there was a lake and some people having bath. So what they did, they thought, oh, this is a good place to rest. And they put that all the bull carts there, and start to rest. The statue was in that place. So what happened? There were some ladies came and had start to have a conversation with this statue. So these people look, what is going on this here? So then they found out there is a girl exactly like this statue. So that her friends thought she came to this place and they thought this statue is exactly the her and then had the discuss. So then somehow they found the girl and went back and gave to that parents, people is parents, and some that then the marriage happened. And so, and they got married. And then later, the both had the interest to become monk and nun, and they get out of the lay life. So this girl, Bhadra, was so beautiful, like a, the golden statue. And not only that, the hair had the smell like always blue lotus. So nowadays, there are perfumes. Without perfumes, if that our, that's the natural smell, sometimes it's not pleasant. But this girl had the natural smell like a lotus, blue lotus, smell. And how she got that? So one time, in another Buddha's, in the previous life, and happened one incident. So she had a fight with her sister-in-law. While they were fighting, what happened? There was a monk came. And then this Bhadra's sister-in-law came forward and took the ball and then went inside the house and put some food and offered to this monk and told loudly, by the power of these merits, I never want to associate this kind of my sister-in-law, which called Bhadra. I never, in my life, I never want to be like this girl. So that hurt the Bhadra and she got so mad. So what happened? She came and took the ball from the monk and telling, did you hear that this girl, what she told? And she blaming to me and offer the food to you. So with that anger, what she did, she took the ball and went inside the house and throw away all the food and put mud, very smelly mud, to the ball and came and offer, go and eat this. At the same time, what happened when the people came and then people start to blame, what you doing? This is a monk. Why you, doing this kind of things for a monk? So when the people start to tell that, Bhadra recognized what the mistake she did. So then she was so shocked because she got so mad, angry. And see what she did. See, this monk didn't do anything, you know, and even that he was an enlightened monk and he didn't say anything, you know, he just accepted the bowl. So she got so mad and took the bowl and put the mud into it, throwing the food. Now she understood what the mistake she did. See, it is 1 second. You know, when you get angry, that what you do, you don't see. So then what she did? She came forward and apologized from the monk and took the bowl and went inside the house and clean it and, you know, and wash it, clean it, and put all the the newly cooking food and everything, and came, and with the great respect she offered to the monk. And then incident over. And by the time they died. So then what happened? The next time, in the next life, she born in a millionaire's family. Very beautiful girl. So then, but the thing is, there is a smell come around her. It's like muddy smell. So what happened? There is a millionaire came and another millionaire came and got married to her, but only one day she spent her life with him. And everybody in that palace start to complain, what is this smell? What is this smell? And then everybody told, this coming from her. And then the millionaire told, send her back. So she went back. Like that, she got married 7 times. She went with 7 people. But all the 7 times, only one day she spent there and came back to home. See, millionaire, she had a lot of money. But the problem is the smell. So what happened? She got tired about this. And then she knew somehow, you know, this is a kind of like a karma. What she did, she collected all the jewelries and made a golden block. And then she heard there was that during that time there was a Buddha, that Buddha passed away, and using that Buddha's relics, people building a pagoda. So what she did, she took that golden block and then she took 7 bunches of blue lotus. And with that, she went to the place. And she go around the place and somehow she found a little place that she can place this golden block. And with the great respect to the Buddha and with the very clear mind, she determined herself. It is not a wish. It is not a hope. She determined herself, you know, by the power of this offering. In the sansara till I attain to the Nibbana. So may I be beautiful and may the bad smell go away. And may I gain like this blue lotus flower smell. And with that intention, you know, she offered. So there was the mason boss, you know, who were working that place, and she talked to that person and told, oh brother, can you help me? I want to offer this. That person also helped her. And with a clear intention, you know, one thought, with that, she did it. At that very moment, what happened? The smell disappeared. The bad smell disappeared. And from that day, the blue lotus smell started to come. And then she came back home. And suddenly, when she offered in that very moment, the far away in another place, that millionaire, the first man who married her, And that day suddenly he remembered her and asked from his people, you know, the first lady I bought from that village, that millionaire's daughter, go and see if she is still there, bring her. So then the people went there, and now she don't have any jewelries. Why? Because she put everything and offered to the pagoda. In that time, mostly when you don't have jewelries, you don't go out. That's why in the Eastern countries still, when even baby girl born, the very first thing that mostly grandparents, parents, something little bit, even jewelry or money, they save for when she become a big girl, and giving earrings, so bracelet, so like that. That is something, because without jewelries, mostly they don't go out. So this woman told, I don't have any jewelries anymore. I'm not going to go out. So then what happened? They went back to the millionaire and told she don't have any jewelry, so she don't want to go out. And she told she cannot come back. So what he did? He put all the gold, that whatever he had, full of cart, gold, sent to her and told, tell her to take this, whatever she want, and come back. And then she took that everything, and then she came back. And then they had a very good life. And wherever she go, the blue lotus smell come. So then, and during that time, they used to do the meritorious activities and earn a lot of merits. And after they died, and then later they born during our Buddha's time, and then she became the Bhadra. She's the one who had exactly like the golden statue, like a figure, and the blue lotus smell. See how she got it. And then later, during Buddha's time, and she married to the Pippali, and she both then later went to the Buddha and attained to enlightenment. So how she got this, the the beautiful figure, and at the same time the smell. So with very clear intention, when you do something, it's going to be with you. And at the same time, remember the before that what happened to her. So wherever she goes, always the bad smell. Why that came? So with the anger, when she gave that muddy, bowl to the monk, and that is the reason that she earned that. So then remember, if you have anger, if you have jealousy, hatred, it is normal for us as ordinary people. But in the very moment, what you have to do? Never give anything to anybody. Just completely shut down yourself. Don't give anything. It doesn't matter your husband, wife, or children, parents, or anybody. Don't give. Whatever you give, it's kind of like ashes, and it become kind of like a curse. Don't give don't give any single word when you have anger, hatred, jealousy, like that. Completely be neutral. Shut down. So same like you put into neutral, mute when somebody call, you don't want to answer. So same like when that call come with the anger, hatred, jealousy, put it to neutral. Mute your all actions. Don't do anything. See, this is coming from the Buddha's time. This is what the Dharma. Because once you learn it, you don't do this mistake. Then it's not going to happen to you. So that's what called Dhammo have rakkati dhammachari. So whoever follow the Dhamma protected by the Dharma. So now you know that. So then whatever you do, you have pre-life, you can do whatever you want. But remember, when you have greed, hatred, jealousy, anger, never give anything to anybody. Even don't give something to animals to eat. Don't do that. Stop completely. Go and shut down everything. In that very moment, if you can do that way, you have to little bit to see your mind. But in that very moment, if you have the anger, hatred, jealousy, in that very moment, if you can do the loving kindness and build up the loving kindness suddenly and give something, that's going to become great blessing for you. But whenever you do something, if you want to do something with a very clear intention, do with the loving kindness, with the clear, generous heart, with the compassion, with the wisdom. Do that way. That's going to become a great help for you. Not today, in the samsara. Because we don't know what kind of situations come to us. We already experienced this in life. We don't know what will happen to us. But remember, you are your own creator. So whatever in your mind, it's going to go with you. Through this, all the meditations, the best result, what you're going to get? You're going to see your own mind. What does that mean? When you're angry, you recognize you are angry. When you are disappointed, you recognize you are disappointed. When you have the fear, you recognize you have the fear. When you don't know something, you recognize you don't know it. So that is the best that you can do to yourself. Why? Because this. When you have jealousy, we now see it as generous. When you have hatred, we see nowadays it as a kind of like a loving kindness. We don't know something, we think we know everything. We take it as a wisdom. So that is manipulating the inner system. That's why all the problems come. But when you're able to see your mind, yourself very clearly, and that is where you can take the necessary actions in that very moment, according to that. Not now. You cannot be prepared and get ready for the life. No, you cannot do it. Generally, conventionally, we can get ready for tomorrow. You can make everything and set up everything and it's going to be it. But when it comes to deeper real life, you don't know what will happen there. But only thing is that everything going to go through your mind. So then, if you're able to see the mind, keep that clarity, any situation, it's going to be okay for you. So then whenever you have opportunity, do something with the very clear, good heart. It's going to be with you. Like the shadow never leave your body. So with that, I bless upon everyone with this good practice. May all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you. May no difficulties come to you. May no problems come to you. May you also have the patience, courage, understanding, and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbityo vajjantu sabbarogo vinasatu mate bhavatantarayo sukhi dikayuko bhava. Ittavata ca ammihi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe devanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe bhutanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe sattanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Idam me punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu. Sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.